don't know if it's gonna allow me to. Thumbnail. Alright, y'all. 23 seconds in already. YouTube. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? We're gonna get started shortly. I'm gonna go ahead and cue this up so that my file ain't lost. Let's open a garment project. Bet. Let me see. Can I have this like somewhere else?
Introducing Grammarly, like you've never seen before.
Okay.
Your all-in-one writing essentials.
Bro, I forgot if I play music, it's gonna be ads, bro. Yo, I'm just doing it how I can with this stream stuff, but it's all good. We finna get started. All right. Ain't finna waste no time. I want to get a lot done with this. I'm live once again for part 2. Y'all come tap in with me, yo. You finna work on CLO 3D, finish some pants. I wasn't even recording one. I'm live once again. This is for part 2 of the series of designing clothes in CLO 3D. Y'all come check me out. This is when I gotta find the I can find it through here, can I? I think that's what I'm missing is my overlays. Alright, I'm gonna get overlays set up for the next stream, man. That's probably why it's not working. Hopefully the audio, guys, is not tweaked out. If it is, y'all just let me know. The thing that's blowing me is that I had a thumbnail, but it doesn't have my thumbnail on there. I have not listened to Afrobeats in so long, yo. This is only just to have something playing in the background, but we're live.
Check me out. If you're working your jump.
I bet. Okay, buddy. Okay. Yo, if y'all don't drink Callaway Blue, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. They don't even sponsor me or anything, but this is literally the best water in Georgia. I can't speak for other states, but at least I know they have this here in Atlanta. So, you haven't drunk this before, and you drink purified water. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? Because think about it. Why do they have to purify water if water is already a clean thing? That means they're getting water from an unclean source. But this is mountain spring water, Callaway Blue. It is a little bit more expensive, but honestly, I don't care spending extra money on it because I know I feel hydrated when I drink it. But that's besides the point. Let's go ahead and get to it, dude. Alright, so I'm gonna put this here. Oh, I forgot I have to open it. Alright, I'm gonna pin this. Oh, it's way too big for the screen. Yo, it will have the chat box in the. Or just alerts. My thing is, why don't I see that on my screen though? You see what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to see that on my screen too. Alright, it's cool. Hope y'all having a great day. You know, it's a beautiful Monday. Sadly, y'all, I'm back in school, so like, I'll be on campus now. It's just weird being on camp, being a student, but I'm just doing it, trying to get this over with. You know, I'm just trying to finish school, honestly. Do I like it? I don't know. But it is what it is, dude. See, oh, it covers it, but why? All right, bet. So need to bring this in a little bit more. Let me watch the stream on my phone. Yeah, I see the chat on the stream, but I don't see it on. right here. It's probably because of my overlays. Alright, so I'm gonna have this right here. I think that's good for the stream. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, I see the chat on the stream. I don't see it. It's probably because of my overlays. Alright, so I'm gonna have this right here. I think that's good for the stream. Shit. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. I'm gonna just do it like this so I can just watch it from here. And we are gonna get started. Okay. Not even prayed. I'm just going into this. All right. Happy Father, Lord, just want to thank you for today. I just pray as I'm going through this and working in Code 3D and working on this project file and streaming. I just pray, Lord, that may the knowledge and wisdom just be displayed and me being able to complete this project. I just want to commit this into your hands, Lord, and I pray that anyone who watches this that may be intrigued and wants to take the leap, the step, or the initiative to be able to learn this, I just pray that may this be somewhat beneficial and inspiring to them in some way, shape, or form, and may this be something that I continue to be consistent in and develop myself to become better in this craft of what I'm doing, Lord. I thank you. I bless your holy name, for you're worthy of it all. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. All right, bet. I had to say a quick little prayer. All right, we're going to get started now. So from last video of where we I ain't trying to be competing with the music, but from last video where we stopped off was pretty much my laptop had crashed and I had to restart. So offline or not on starting everything. And essentially what we're going through is that we're making these pants inspired by a blue jay. And I had the first panel, I guess you can call it. First leather panels already made, which are here, but I haven't sewn them to the pants yet, which would be easy for me to do, but I want to go ahead and first, actually I think I should sew it, so I'll have a reference point on how I'm going to be able to like make the rest of this. Yeah. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to sew these panels here. We're going to sew these two panels here. All right. And then put them to this. So this side over here, it matches up over here. And then the other side on the other panel. So I'm going to just go ahead and move all of that. I wanted to keep it together, but it may be easier once I add the sewing lines, then I can move them and group it together and keep it on one side. But for now, at least, we're just going to do it like that. What is that? Hmm? What is that? I'm confused on what that line was, but it's all good. All right, so boom. Oh, it was a line that I didn't delete when I was making a reference. Okay. Yeah, there's one on here too. Yeah, so I didn't clean up after. All right, bet. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna sew these panels down. So I'm gonna click N. and it's gonna show me that there's sewing lines here that are gonna attach here. I don't gotta worry about none of that. I gotta sew here, so I'm gonna match this up with this side. Then I'm gonna match this up with this side. And remember the tick mark that you see right here. This tick mark is what helps you to know which way you're sewing the garment. So if I was to sew it down, it gives you an X cross pattern, and if you see it in the 3D window over here, it basically, it's not correct. So whatever feels comfortable, you can either sew in the 3D window or you can sew in the 2D window. But let's go. So after this one, you go there. You go there. Boom. And then go. Yeah. And this one goes. There we go. So you want it to be parallel. You want straight lines, not crossing lines. These are really close together, so it may be a little bit different, but let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, boom. Now listen, this is literally, it ain't no entertainment of like you know what I'm saying, being all giddy, being like upbeat. Like, this is just locking in and just grinding it out. That's all it is with this, yo. Like, which was the tick mark? Is it on the right side? Okay, it's on. See, I can even tell myself. Alright, so put on that right side. Right there. One right there, and one down. And one down. I'm gonna click B to know to see which lines have which.
You must fight to secure the future. By defeating all that threatens it. By winning the battles that will shape what's to come. Together. We are Marines. We were made for this.
Alright, bet. I'm gonna go back to N. It's facing top. Boom. This is facing down. Boom. Oh, I just messed that up. We gonna see. I think I messed it up, but we gonna see. I hope so. I think that's right. That should be good. Yeah. The third one, right there, and we can click here. Yeah, this is probably the tedious process, y'all. But once it's done, it's worth it, yo. It's all come together. It's not gonna stay brown either. It's gonna change colors, but it's tick mark on the left. And I'm letting y'all know right now. Y'all ain't see no one else streaming CLO 3D working. So I'm pioneering this, alright? I'm at the front. I'm driving the boat. You heard? Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Yeah. I'm gonna just let y'all know now, like the next 3-5 years, maybe even earlier than that. But I'm calling it 3-5 years from now, bro. I'm telling y'all, all the fashion industry is gonna be working in CLO 3D. I mean, hand sketching and designing for fashion is always gonna be there. But I'm telling you, like all the photoshopping and all that, that's cool for sure. But nah, I'm telling you, this is the future, bro. Cause it changes the game so much to the point that like you will know, like when you're like, okay, wait, 1, 2, 3. So this is the fourth one. So you yourself will know, like, okay, I have my prototype in the 3D software, so I have an idea or a premise on what it looks like already. So I won't have to go and spend $150 or $200 on a sample unless I know exactly how it looks. Because when you go off a 2D mockup, you're not really understanding like the totality of how it looks physically. Even though this is not physical and it's still a digital thing, but it gives you a better idea because you're seeing it in. So I feel like that's like the beauty of it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's really important. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, these lines kind of confusing me, honestly. They all kind of bunched up. I should have spaced them out so it'd be easier, but it is what it is. Click B to see if I have a line there. Alright, bet. Now we move on to the last one. Actually, I think I've got a sew on the other side too, because it doesn't save it, so I may be cooked on that, chat. Yo, chat, we may be cooked. I'm done. I go put this one here. For you, huh? For you. Oh, it's not the full line. I didn't even peep that right there. Look. Alright, so I gotta zoom in and do that. It's like a really small line though. Yeah. Okay. Alright, boom. Now these I believe are already sewn. Yeah, I already sewed these back. Or sewed these together, so we should be good on that. Now these don't got no sewing lines, so you see the difference between in color. You see all these color stripes with tick marks, and then you got gray. So that means that these are not being sewn together at all. So now, what I could do is copy and see if it could paste the symmetric sewing lines, but sometimes that doesn't always work. So just to be on the safe side, it's gonna be something I gotta do manually, bro. Which is not a problem. And wait, okay, I see what I did. You're gonna follow the same steps. Tick mark there, tick mark here, tick mark there, tick mark here. Down, down. Should be a little bit more easier on this side to see them, hopefully. And let's tick mark up. I gotta zoom in small. Now left side on this side right here. And on the right side. Alright, and then this top left, the left tick mark, top left tick mark. I think I already got that one. Go to the bottom. And like I'm saying, y'all, maybe you don't have to do this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's an easier way to do it. But you let me know when you find that out. Alright? You let me know that. And if y'all want to know who taught me how to do this, it was really just myself. And I'm going to give credit to Garment. You don't know who Garment is? Garment was the one who kind of introduced me to Club 3D. Because I was really inspired by 3D fashion and like I seen, or like Blender and seeing how you can make animations and stuff. And when I saw his work, I was like, yo, nah, like he's tough. So I kind of fell in love with like how he does his stuff, and then it just made me want to just go harder. And then I wanted to make my whole OPO OPO Good Farmer collection 3D, which I was able to do. I had the animations, the walks like I was talking about in the first one. So in my first stream, I was kind of discussing the basics and like what you can do in Clothes 3D and like why it's important, or what role does it play as a designer or for a clothing brand in general. Because I'm telling you, everybody's doing the same thing, y'all. Like, bro, fashion to me, honestly, is dead. Everyone is doing the same thing. No one is being different, especially folks here in Atlanta. Everyone is just spamming rhinestones. Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, folks want to look lavish, but don't want to luxury clothes. Putting rhinestones on clothes is not fashion. Just keep it in the buck. But I mean, hey, it works for some people because you know people make money off of it. But for me, it's not. That's not how I move, man. I want it to be something more impactful, meaningful. So, I mean, it's different for everyone. Everyone got their own taste, so I ain't gonna. Okay, 1, 2, 3. The third one, bottom to the right. 1, 2, 3, third, bottom to the right. But yeah, everyone got their own taste. They got their own, own sauce, their own flavor. Feel me? So, but just know if you want OPO, it ain't never gonna be something like every design you gonna see from me is something you've never seen before, ever. Like you would never ever compare my designs to any other brand. Maybe in terms of quality, but in terms of me like pulling in for inspiration and it looking like something you've seen before, not. Like that's my whole premise is like, yo, this is so tough. I've never seen this before. That's what I'm going for. Every single time I make a piece. Okay, buddy. We're gonna go ahead and okay. All right, so yo, who's in here? I see someone in the who else is in here? I can't really see though. Who else is in here? All right, so after you create this line, you want to go ahead and add this one here. And I'm saying you can use either the M key, which is free sewing line, or you can use N. N is like the segment sewing line, so it's a lot easier for just like clicking and knowing which one, like the tick marks. Pretty much it sews from one point to the other point without you having to manually click the points. And that's the fourth one. It's going this way. Top left. And you just want to keep matching them up. I'm almost done with this side, so it's going to be a lot easier once you're done. This is just like the tedious process that it takes. I mean, once you get it done, though, you're going to like it, buddy. You're going to like it, all right? You just got to go through it, you know what I'm saying? You just got to go through it, you know? Yeah. it to be like that sometimes, man. What's the top one? Okay. Top. That top. Now this is the last one. Boom. Boom. I ain't playing no games. I'm gonna make sure I save this too, cause bro, last time my computer was tripped out. Straight tripped out. Like, when I really lost my file, I was just like, bro, there's no way. After all this hard work, I'm just gone. But it's all good though. Luckily, because I streamed it, I was able to refollow my steps and know the measurements as everything. It actually came really clutch. Like that was. I'm really grateful for that. All right, boom. And then last two lines will be here. Zoom in there. Boom. And this small one. That's not really gonna make a difference in none, but just to make sure it's cleaned up, taken care of. All right. So this looks crazy, y'all. Look, see all these lines? It looks mad crazy, mad hectic. But trust. I click animate, when I click the simulation oh my gosh, to animate the simulation or start the simulation, you gonna see it may glitch on my computer, so that's what I gotta do. I bet. So another thing I'm gonna teach y'all is if you don't have a good processing unit for your computer, and I got a MacBook Pro, but my MacBook be tweaking sometimes, so you're gonna highlight everything. And you should be able to see it here. No. Wait, what is it at again? There we go. Particle distance. So in your simulation properties, when you highlight everything in your 3D window and you select particle distance, you want to drop it down to 10. It's going to be at 20, and 20 gives you a more realistic. Essentially, the particle distance is literally what it means. Like the particles of each and every single individual dot that makes the fabric. Because if you go here, there's a netting. Let me see if I can pull up the netting. Monochrome. So it's showing like a wire. So all of these. The actual garment itself. So being able to lower that down requires less computing power. So it should be good. And boom. Oh. You see how bunches up here? That means something is wrong. It shouldn't be like that. So I gotta figure out what line or what exactly is causing that. It's on this side. So what I can do is just delete them. You want to delete all the sewing lines that go. Well, okay, first you're gonna do Command Z to reset the simulation. If it'll reset. There we go. And I'm still make sure that the particle distance is still at 10. Yep, it's still at 10. Okay. Now it seemed like I was having issues with this one. So let's click when you want to pull up the sewing lines, you click B so it pops up in your 2D window. You want to I'm gonna go ahead and delete all of that and just restart. Because potentially I sewed something incorrectly somewhere that can be causing it to glitch out. I'll move this up so I have clear definition of what I'm sewing together. Okay, those are already sewn together, so that's good. That's cool. Now we're gonna restart it. Boom. Here. Down. Here. To here. Oh, see, that's right there. It's fantastic. So if you find already organizing on a fabric piece, you can mark it up and mark it down. So this one. So it's easy. To the right. Boom. And then lastly, I'm gonna have it going down. Now we're gonna resimulate and see if that works. If that doesn't, then I know there's something else wrong. Okay, so it's still choosing to bunch up. So I gotta figure out it's still bunching. Something is biting. Alright, I'm gonna try this. So if it wasn't this one, it may be this big one here. So let's click B. I'm gonna delete all these lines. Once again, the sewing lines is very important, but can be very tedious. But it's worth it when you're doing it because it just ensures that as you're sewing everything together, that it's not going to cause any issues per se. Okay, I'm just double checking my lines. So start all over. Let me move it out the way too. I just want to make sure that it's easy to access. I got a good view of everything. This man Ace is feeding. If y'all don't know, I got a dog. His name is Ace. Bro. What y'all want, man? Say what's up to the camera. Say what's up. Nice, man. Relax, relax. This one, so we can. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna just select and highlight these, or if it won't let me do it like that, I gotta do it like this. And I'm gonna reset them. Like that. And then I'm gonna try to see if the sewing lines work better. It's still biting. It's like something biting his ass. Why is it doing that? Something ain't right. Okay, what I may have to do is redo all those sewing lines then. Because I need to hit the pants to stop glitching out. I could figure it out. There's a cross line. Alright. See how this one, y'all? It's straight. But if you peep, it's kind of hard to see, but if you peep there, there's a cross line. And figure out which one is doing that, or which sewing line is that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this one out the way. Move this one up. And once I see that move, then I know which one it is. It may be this one. Alright. So now I know it's. I'm gonna go ahead and delete all the sewing lines that I made for it. That's where I messed up. It was that bottom one. Is everything else? I'm gonna just delete it so I know that I fresh start. Alright, bet. And it corresponds to the third one, so this one right here. But you see how, like, literally just one incorrect sewing line can mess up the whole garment. So that's why you gotta be really keen on how you're sewing everything so that you don't run into that mistake. Or do the same thing I did and it becomes something that you didn't intend it to be. Put that up there. Right there. No. That was the wrong one. I gotta zoom in. Boom. So this should fix it. If it doesn't, then I know that there's turn off this simulate because this. So this requires more computing power too. The quality render. Cool. Just turn it off and leave it like that, so I don't run into issues of like what it's doing. Yeah, that looks good. Right. So now, when I actually simulate it, it should be a lot better. All right. And then I'm gonna show y'all a little something if it starts to glitch out again. Boom. So alright, so you see here how like the garment, it's like it's showing itself but it's disappearing almost. What you want to do is that you could pluck it, but that's not really gonna be beneficial. So what you want to do is you're gonna highlight, you're gonna press A, highlight, so we can get all of these. You're gonna go to the other side, hold down Shift, select all of these, go to the 3D window, right click and click superimpose over. When you click superimpose, it brings everything up to the front. Now sometimes it still may glitch out what it's doing here, and you got to be the one to kind of like tug it so it can correct itself. Because sometimes it's going to do that. Especially if the garment was flipped the other way. Or what I like to do too, I'll select the panel pieces. I'm going to reset that one. I'm going to reset it. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Sometimes the piece itself would be facing the opposite way that was intended to be sewn. Seems good. This needs to be coming up. And this one too. Boom. Bring that over here. So normally when you have them at different lengths, it gives the pattern some time to kind of like settle in a little. And this one too needs to come out. I'll say like through here. And I'm gonna just reset all of them so that it can. I just held down shift and then I selected all of them and I click reset 3D arrangement and it's gonna like do its own little thing. So then you could bring that out. Bring that out some. There's one more that needs to, or two more. That's tweaking out. Which I don't know why, but. No, that's the wrong piece, bro. This is the black piece. This is for the actual, bruh. It's for the actual pants. I'm gonna simulate that and see if that does anything. This one's having some trouble over here. So I may have messed up on the sewing lines here then, because look, this seems a lot better, but it's being faded into it. Why is it doing that? It's like it completely disappeared. So I need to select these two. Superimpose over. If sometimes the superimpose over doesn't work, then you gotta do superimpose side. But not under. Under is gonna keep it below. That's so weird. Why is it doing that? Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna stop the animation. Yeah, my computer's starting to screen, bro. Yeah, it just like keeps fading in right there, and I'm like, bruh. It's sewn lines though. Alright. Just one more line. Or those two. These last two are giving me a pain in the ass. They're being a pain in the ass for no reason. Being a pain in the butt. No pun intended. Okay, I actually need to stop. Like, what are you doing, bro? Thought that shit was funny. No. Nobody. I'm gonna superimpose these under so they know not to interfere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes it does take doing that too. Superimposing these under so that it knows not to do that. There we go. No? You know what? Why is it doing this? This one, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna have to double check these lines. Or y'all can't even see what I'm doing because of the. I didn't even peep that it was doing that because my screen is in the way. Yes, this line is tweaking out, bro. I believe it's sewn correctly. I'm kind of getting hungry, bro. I need to get some food. Let me reset this one. Yeah, this is sewn correctly. That's the weird thing about it. No, it's supposed to be in. Wait, hold on a second. Why is it doing that to it? Yeah, this needs to be. Yeah, all these are glitching out, bro. I feel like that's what's causing it not to show. Interesting. I know this may look mad confusing, y'all, but trust, it's not that OD. Put that there. This one goes there. This one there. I'm gonna reset this one too. Bro, that little alarm junk is so annoying, bro. Like, I've turned it off so many times and it just keeps coming back on. Alright, let's see if that works. What is it doing? Why does it bunch up like that? It's getting tugged somewhere and it's not. Alright, so what I'm thinking is that it may be this one. These sewing lines on this one may be the issue. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna redo these. Oh. I'm gonna just delete all of them. All the sewing lines. Okay. Now with that being taken care of, I'm gonna redo them. This one goes here, to this. And here. Trying to figure out this 15.5. That's 10.1. No, that's not the right one. It's gonna bunch up weird. Maybe that one. Yeah. And then this angle is gonna go here. And that one goes here. Okay. Now we're gonna sew this one. Why is that being sewn over there? That's probably why it's glitching out. This sewing line was incorrect. See, look, as I go through this, y'all, I'm literally figuring out so many different sewing lines that I did that were sewn incorrectly, and that's what's causing that. So normally when you see stuff glitch out like that, you're gonna, like, if you're backtracking your work, you're gonna see a lot of the mistakes that you made before. And that's like, I'm telling you, the smallest detail can throw it off, yo. Like, so many times I've done this, and like, I had to go back and then restart again. Like, dubbed. Alright. And then I'm gonna start off with just fixing those. If you can get down, bro. Just get down. Clearly you can't lay right here. Go get down, bro. Get down. Okay. Get that going. I'll move these out the way. These black pieces need to be positioned first. Alright, bet. Hopefully that fixes it. Okay, it's a lot better. Yeah. I just don't know why that the brown leather keeps being pulled underneath. I'm trying to get it to go up top. What causes that? Like, I don't know why it does that. I don't know, I'm gonna strengthen it, and I'm gonna superimpose over. Okay. I think that should work. Now my thing is why does this stuck right here? You see what I'm saying? Why is it not showing right there? But yeah, it's showing this small little piece. Okay, I mean, hopefully that fixes it. I'm probably gonna keep it strengthened for some. Okay, it didn't fix it. I think I know what it is. Actually, I'm sewing that line to this instead of it being on the hem on this part. So I think that's what's causing it to do that. So I'll fix it though. I'm gonna go back over it. What I'm gonna do now is just try to get these two lines to come up. Was it this one? Just pull it out, and then this one. I'm gonna pull it out. Boom. And then well, I'm gonna simulate, let them go there, superimpose over. You see how it just pops down? Then I'm going to strengthen, which is so weird. Why is it doing that? It shouldn't be doing that, but well, let me pull again. Strengthen. And this strengthen key that I'm using is essentially it adds strength to the fabric instead of making it so flimsy. And I may need to add thickness to it so that it's not as light and it still disappeared. Okay, buddy. Something is definitely going on here with this, and I gotta figure it out. Hmm. I'm gonna pull this one out again. Do I have sewing lines to this? Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sew this to here. Oh. Here to here. Oh. I'm saying overlapping sewing line, but right, I need it to sit on top. I generally wonder what can cause that. Because if I'm able to add a sewing line to the top half of these, no, it's not gonna let me. Okay. And if I press it, it's gonna go back down. I'm gonna add strength to all of these actually. And it went back down again. Bro, come on, bro. What is it doing? It's just so weird. Why is it doing that? Because this one's perfect. Well, not perfect, because like it's still not even popping up. Wait, it's missing a line. Interesting. So it already has one. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what's going on. That's weird. Flip wrap direction, superimpose over, move to ground center, convert, flip normal, unstrengthen, freeze. I could try side. Nah, side makes it tweak out, bro. It's still going under. Why is it? I don't know, bro. This is actually like mad confusing. I'm gonna figure it out for sure, but I'm saying stuff like this be happening, yo. And it be the littlest things, bro. Look, it's trying to go back underneath again. What? Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add weight to it. Let's see if I add weight, if it will stick. Add thickness, shrinkers, wet wart, pressure. Let's put it as 5. Let's see if that'll do anything. I don't know if that will, but shall I just see? Man, what the hell? It's still going there, bro. You good, man? You good, man? I'm gonna have to definitely probably do some research to see why it's still doing that. Bro, Ace, why are you climbing me, bro? What do you want? You fiend. What? Like, imagine. No, you bot. I don't want to pet you. I don't want to pet you, bro. Stop fiending. Okay, buddy. Okay. What I'm thinking now, actually, is that if I sew these together and then layer them on top somehow. I think I may have to redo all my sewing lines, y'all. Because now I think I have a better idea. Is that if I sew all of these brown pieces together, right? And then on the border or the edge of every exterior line, I will sew to the pants. Because I don't know why it keeps doing that. Like, it keeps I mean, hey, we got one part of it, you know what I'm saying? This part right here. We got this part right here done. Alright? Well, somewhat done. We're going to move on to this. At least I want to be able to get this going. And then I'm going to figure it out on why it keeps sinking into the pants. So, we're going to go back here. And we're going to do G. And we're going to figure out our point. So when we look at this reference here, we see that it comes at least, there's a little bit. So it's going to come all the way, like, probably right out to here. And where this blue dot is, I feel like that kind of lines up well. So that'll be the most, like, the real far exterior line, right? And it's a black line. Right? Or, oh, it's a white line. I'm tripping. The first one is a white line that comes out. So the white line is going to be the border for this one. So we can use the same measurements. You know, this is 5.2. So I know I can make a point. That's 5.2 at that line. So let's say from here to here. Hopefully you guys can see that. And if I want a particular line, I could right click and I could type out 5.2. And that's going to give me the line. Now, I'm going to click Z to correct it. No. No, it's supposed to be 5.2, not 5. There we go. I want it to actually be on the garment. There we go. So 5.2. Now, it comes at an angle. It doesn't come straight down. You get me? So, or I may have to move it down some actually if I want to do that angle. Because now looking at it, it may be a little too close by. So I'll say about right here. Once again, it's gonna be trial and error with this, you feel me? Like it ain't no real method to it. It seems like it comes all the way down here. Or if I don't know, this is what I can do. I go in this window and mannequin. Oh, let me click this. The mannequin knee is like right here. It's gonna be a little bit above the knee, probably like right here to the thigh. So I'd say like to here. Come out some. Like right there to that blue line. So I'm gonna click G. Boom. Boom. Then it comes down. Now if I don't know, I could just end it there. It gives me a point reference. Then I'll go back here, simulate, and probably be like right there to come down, or like right there. Okay, I press G, and I bring my line to come through, probably a little bit lower, like right there. Okay, my computer's definitely tweaking. Because I definitely didn't make my point to go right there, but okay. Let me move it. There we go. And then we're going to go up 5.2. Oh, this is millimeters. My fault, not centimeters. It's millimeters. But in conversions in real life, it would be inches. Then I want it to be that same length. Like it got to be a little bit higher up. Right there. And then you'll connect it right here. Boom. Now we got our first for. And from there we're gonna build. So now we got the first white line, and we're gonna use this line. So this line seems even thicker than these two. Maybe a little bit. It's not double, but a little bit over. So, and we want this to be even because it's gonna be spaced. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's look at the distance of these lines. So from here all the way to there is 2. Well, let me just make this line and make sure if it's 2. 206 or 244? No, because it didn't even bend. Yeah, it's 244. Alright, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so press Z. I'm gonna do from here to here. This internal line. No. I forgot you can just click it. But I need from here. Right, hello? Let me just zoom in. From there. Not the whole thing, goofball. From here. All the way to here. Does it give me a distance? No? I guess I gotta make a line then. I'll say 244.9. 244.9 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4 to get an equal length. And number. Don't actually do that calculation off the top of my head, I ain't gonna lie. It's probably around like 60, either 50 something or 60 something. Oh yes, yeah, 60 something. Let me see. 244 divided by, or 244.9. My eye. You get 61.225. So I'll just do 61. I'll do 61. All right. So, oh, hello. Okay. So, oh, my eye's starting to tweak again. Ouch. But I got an eyelash in my eye, bro. Wait, what the heck? What do you mean all attendance concerns? Bro, what? Did she really put that in for me not going, bro? She ain't put in my attendance. My fault, y'all. I'm looking at the email I got talking about my attendance concerns. Like, I ain't been going to class. Like, I've been in class, bro. My professor didn't put in my attendance when I remember I told her to. And she was, oh, yeah, remind me at the end of class. I said, okay. I said, oh, yeah, professor. She said, oh, yeah, I'm going to do it. She ain't do it. And now I'm getting an email about it. Imagine. That's besides the point, bro. Let's do 61. Another 61. Bro, what is it doing? So this one line. Slightly above. Guess we can do it right there. And then I'm gonna do 61 going from here. $61. Oh, these not even on the. There we go. So that's 61. I'm gonna have to bring this down for sure. I'm gonna have to bring this down so it could look more uniform. Okay, okay. Okay, I like that. I don't look bad. Do the next line. And then do 61 going up. Well, it kind of curves for these pants, so I may have to do it to this line. And what is this length? Because I can't. What did I say? 30.9. Bro, what the heck is it doing? Why does it snap like that? All right, 30.9. Boom. So the remaining will be 29.1. Oh, 21 point. Well, yeah, 29.1. To make it, well, I'm trying to do 61. So 30.9. So it'd be 30.1 to make it 61 because it's 30.9. Yeah. And then I'm gonna then bring this line down. Okay. Okay. Bring that down here. Make it look a little more uniform. You feel what I'm saying? Now, so we have the white, the black, the blue. We're gonna create the white line and then the remaining from there. So we need another line that's 60, 61. We can do that line 55.1 so we can match up. Do I need 55.1? So we need 5.9 to make it 61. Okay. And we're going to press Z, hold shift, hold that point, Bring it up. There we go. Well, it's still not on there. There we go. And press here. 61. Press Z. Press this endpoint. And kind of just drag it there. Boom. So now I know my reference. And what I'm going to do actually is that I'm going to join these lines. So it could just be one continuous line. It's not distracting. Wait, no. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, it won't let me do it. It's cool. Boom. Here, drop that motherfucker down. No cap. I'm gonna probably put it like right up here. And go right here, buddy. And then see how that looks. Do you like that line? I could drop it in a little bit more. Drop it down just a little bit more so the angle ain't as aggressive. Yep, that looks good. Okay, now this all right here is gonna be blue, even though it shouldn't be that much space in between. And it should be good. I actually do like how this looks. See what I'm saying? Look at that. Got the whole uniform outlook, and then I feel like there's an extra line here. It's supposed to be black, white, black. Nah. Actually, it's supposed to be white. Bro, why do I keep pieces of hair, bro? Hold on. Hey, okay. Hey. No cap. No cap. Alright, let's get down, Ace. This line is kind of bugging me because it's not even. So that means that this needs to move out some. Or it's the endpoints that are throwing me off. What? So it can't be 5.3, bro. That's too small. We're just gonna kind of lift that up and make it a little wider. Say ya da dun 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 dun. What's the distance? 8.7. Bruh, let's just go ahead and make it 9, bro. Matter of fact, 10. Oh, it's not gonna do that. I forgot. Gotta move that out the way. There we go. 10. I would just go up right there. I'm gonna leave it at 10. I think 10 is a good distance. Do 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 do. Boom, 10. Boom. How we looking, chat? How we looking? How we looking? You feel me? I think this is nice, yo. I feel like this is nice. Now what we gonna do? We gotta cut all these lines up. I may have to delete these lines right here. Potentially. Alright, bet. Bro, I'm gonna punch a hole in that dang on freaking alarm, smoke detector, whatever, bro. Fuck, man. Like, junk is so annoying, bro. I'm cooked, bro. So cooked. Oh my gosh, dude. Why is it selecting the whole thing, bro? Okay. Actually, I'm gonna try cutting so let's see what that does. Damn. My lips is chapped. I ain't gonna lie, son. I feel them rubbing together. They just hurt. Yeah, cut and sew. Bet. Now you can't even see these individual pieces, but I can select all of them and copy them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably should have did that for the first time when I was making it. 5. Copy. V. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bro, you wanna do that? I probably gotta remove the linked editing off of these so they can stop doing that. Yeah, nah. That don't look right, bro. There we go. Okay, now I could go ahead and add the leather to this too. And I'm gonna change all the colors and stuff later. I just gotta first add these base layers. So you're gonna see if you zoom out, boom. All these panels here, they're all separated. There's no sewing lines to them, but they're sewn together. And I think that's even better than what I kind of did individually. And I may even go back and see if I could do that, because right now with these, it's giving me an issue on how it's showing up. So I think already cutting and sewing them was probably a better idea than what I originally did. So we gonna probably have to go back on that. But all of them selected, boom, drop that down, boom. And what I'm thinking, how we gonna sew it together is like this. So this portion is gonna be sewn here, and this bottom portion gonna be sewn here, and then this is gonna be sewn there. Then from here to here, it's gonna be here to. Wow, what is it doing? Well, what the hell? Okay. Never mind. Let me go from the top then, since. Oh, these are not the same length, bro. You gotta be kidding me, bro. You gotta be kidding me. I'm thinking like these are all lined up towards the top. That's probably why it won't let me do a full segment in line. That makes sense. Okay. On the right side. No, I'm gonna have to move this because this is kind of getting in the way. Okay. Put that on the left. 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 And then, wait, where is that at? Okay, that point. So it's gonna be right here. Then the remainder. Then the remainder. Shabada bang, shabada boom. You understand? Bam. Wham. Going crazy. Now, if I did this correct, it actually should be tough. And then it should sew together correctly, overlapping sewing line. Hello. Oh, I already put one there. Okay. But not one down here, though. And then right here. Yeah. Type. So now you see here, all corresponds. Boom. What I can do is, oh, brother. Did not mean to do that. Select all these. And we'll move that back. Move that back some more. For sure. Alright, and let's do the same on this one. Yeah, that moved up for y'all. Alright, and then I'm gonna put this one down here. Boom. Put on the left. 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 Yeah, I'm just lining all them up. Just line it up, line it up, line it up, line it up. Boom. Dun, 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 dun. That's how my car finna be sounding. Yo, my car's been in the shop, y'all. I had a timing chain issue with my car, so like, I ain't even able to drive my Jenny. She gonna be at the shop soon though, so I ain't tripping. Why I didn't select the rest? Pull that back and then move it over. Y'all ready? Y'all gonna see it? Just slap on. 3, 2, 1. Yo. Why did it just glitch out like that, bro? Yo, it just spaz, bro. OD. Nah. I feel like I sewed it correctly, though. That's why I'm like, why is it doing that? See, this one is good. See how this one? That's how it's supposed to look. See what I'm saying? This one is good. I like that. No, that's for this. And it's all gonna come together once I change the colors of the leather, y'all. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you, yo. I think this was a better strat. Sewing them on top of each other like that. Alright, I don't know what's going on with these panels right here. This one. That one. It's just tweaking out. We're gonna have to pull these out. There's no twisted lines either. Them seem straight. Yep. So I'm gonna reset these. Gotta rearrange them. Oh, that's why it's doing that. Look at that top line. It's twisted. All right. So I need to get rid of this line and this one because it's not supposed to be like that. So left. Left. Oh. Wait, what? You telling me I gotta cross the line for it to be straight? Normally that's not how you want to sew because it's just gonna make it glitch. But it's showing me that straight though, which is weird. But just look in the 3D window, y'all, when y'all do this too, because it kind of helps so you get an idea of like what it's showing you. That's why it was probably glitching out like that. It may glitch out again. Hopefully not. We're gonna see. It definitely does seem like it's gonna glitch out actually. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that. Something going on here. This one is good. This sewing line on this right one is good. But this one on the left, like what's going on? The left is just bunched up. Oh, another thing I may have to change is friction on the clothes too, because friction is what kind of has it sticking together sometimes. Yeah, why is it doing that? See how it's just sticking to each other's legs? That's what causes that. Oh, okay. I'm tripping. I know what I can do. I gotta change the mannequin's pose. So we're gonna click Y. We're gonna click avatar. We're gonna click mannequin. And then no, I mean my fault. We're gonna click male. Come on. After I change the pose, I'm gonna then click pose, and then you want to space out the legs. So standing pose, like this. Double click it, full body. Just click OK, and it should be able to adjust itself. You click Y, and press 2. See how his legs are opening up? It would have been a lot more smooth if I was able to have better processing, but that also could play a part. See, look, now it's good. It was just sticking to each other. That's why it's more relaxed. Damn. Oh, bro. Oh my gosh, dude. See, I love doing stuff like this because you literally see it come to life as you're working. You know what I'm saying? So This is really cool. I like top stitch into it. Yeah, this is tough. Bro, part of me want to add the color right now, bro. Okay, I may have to do that. I think that's a way better process, cutting. So go ahead and copy that. Then just sew the outer lines so that it can be a lot more. Yeah, I'm going for it. I'm adding the color. I ain't gonna lie. I want to see how this looks, and then we're gonna end off like that. It's already 9:23. Okay. Wait, hold on. All right. So we can go for this type of blue, right? Okay, let me just press Y and then press Y, go to fabric. It's gonna load, it's gonna load. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and save the project, all right? So close 3, can't do no BS about like, oh, less up. No, I'm not going through that again. All right, boom, saved. What you want it for, man? Don't lick my lips, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't do that, okay? Dumb it. Get your ass down and leave me alone, man. I'm doing my work, man. Leave me alone, Ace. Alright, bet. Then we're gonna go to connect assets and we're gonna type in leather again. Leather. Boom, full grain leather. Well, let me add another one. Okay, so this is what I gotta do first. Oh, there we go. It did let me add it. Press Y again. And just keep adding them. Cause I got black, white, blue. Oh, that's it. Black, white, and blue. Okay. Alright. So the blue, I'm gonna start off with the blues and watch how this comes together, y'all. Like, look, when I add all the colors, you're gonna peep how this really comes together. You're gonna be like, yo, nah, this is hard. All right. Bro. Okay, base color. Oh, that's why I need to move this out the way. I'm gonna move this to the side. Yo, was someone saying something? Oh, I didn't even know Jeff was in it. Your audio keeps going in and out. It's good right now. Dang, bro. I didn't even know you was talking, bro. Like, why can't I see the chat? What's poppin', Jeff? What's poppin', Mr. Sandy Cheeks? Yo, the fact that his buddy's name is really Sandy Cheeks is crazy. You need to change your name, bro. It literally pops up as Sandy Cheeks, which is absolutely insane. All right, so we're gonna desaturate. What does desaturate do? Oh yeah, it's gonna make it white. Okay. We're gonna change the color. We're gonna do blue. I could fine tune the blue, but I'm gonna select one of these and see how I like them. No, I need something like a royal blue. I need like a royal blue. You heard? Don't you forget that. You heard? Yeah. I'm gonna play around with the blue. I don't know how it's gonna look for real. We gotta desaturate it so that it can really turn blue. I bet. Now we're gonna turn this one to white. All right. I'm gonna desaturate that. Then we're gonna turn this one to black. I don't want it to be pitch black because then it's gonna be hard for you to see it. So it's gonna look a little gray, but it's black. All right. And then the blue. Well, you gotta add the white. So it's gonna be blue, black, white. Well, I'll just start with the white for this one. So the white is gonna be here. Well, I gotta select it actually. I'm gonna select it. And you want to select the other panel. And this is definitely not the blue I'm gonna use actually, now that I look at it more. And then just drop it in there in the selection. Fuck, man, I selected it, man. There we go. And then you want to put this right here over here, brother. Yeah, brother. All right, boom. We got that one. Boom. Boom. Oh, word. Okay. Hey, how you doing? Why you gotta close the door? I'm gonna just go on mute. Mama on the prayer line. She Okay. Okay. Yeah, actually, this is the life of being in an African household. Let's add the textures. Same. All of these, and then I'm gonna unstrength these, and I'm gonna unstrengthen these. All right, back. And then I can grab the white. So white is gonna be. You got blue, black, white. Blue, black. You got black right here. And then you got black in the inner. And you got white right here. And I do the same right here. And boom. Definitely It's crazy. But all right, so this is what I'm gonna do. So like you can get a better idea of how it's supposed to look. And like I said, I'm gonna change the blue because I ain't gonna lie, the blue's kind of looking a little iffy. For sure, it is. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. All right. Oh my gosh, bro. Finally. I'm gonna have to clean it up a little. I'm gonna have to clean it up a little. You know what I'm saying? So that it can be a lot more defined, right? And essentially, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna fix the top portion of the wedge shape that comes in and creates the half pentagon, and then I'm gonna do my sewing lines. I want it to be a little bit thicker because it seems like it's just a print on the pants, which I don't want it to look like. In addition, it looks tough. I actually really like that. On the front, we're just gonna go with the simple stitching. Oh, I'm not done actually. I still gotta add the top layers. So these top layers for the layered look, the double waisted look or stack blue look. But you're gonna see it's gonna I'm gonna add to this. There's no pocket, and I need to add. Let me turn the texture off so it can stop doing. I need to add pockets. I need to add belt loops, and then there's gonna be an embroidery that says Blue Jay on the front. But what I'm even thinking is that I may use the Adinkra alphabet. So the Adinkra alphabet is the Ghanaian, of course, like it's for culture, heritage. So I'm thinking about using that so that it can kind of tie in more with my brand than just slapping the word Blue Jay on there. Or even adding this symbol. A lot of what I draw, I want to put on the pants too. That's what I was gonna do with the eagle that I recently drew. But yeah, I hope this was enjoyable for anyone who did watch, or if you ever do watch this. But this is how I create in Clo 3D. It's not perfect. There's trials. There's gonna be some slip ups. I would say just always look back at your sewing lines because a lot of your mistakes, the slightest mistake can throw off the simulation on how it's gonna look in 3D. But I'm proud of this. This is a good step forward. It was an idea I had in my head. I sketched it out. I drew it on paper, and now I ended up making the mock-up in Procreate. And I'm taking that 2D mock-up from Procreate and putting it into 3D design software and building it there. So it's all a part of the design process, and a lot of things that you wouldn't see behind the scenes that I would do for my brand, because I make all my designs, I sketch them, create them, everything is just me. So I'm showing like this whole process of what I do, and at least what works for me. And then if it's something that you like, hope you can learn from it, be inspired. That's the biggest thing I want to be able to do. So I just figure out how I'm gonna be able to finish off this. Just add like I'm gonna do render once I'm done with everything, so then it can be a lot more clear. on what's going on here. Like you see how this still is kind of fading into the pants. I need to fix that. But yeah, this looks tough, bro. This looks tough. I may even extend this black line and this white leather stripe to make it just a little bit thicker. I don't like how small it is. I may do it. I may not. Who knows? I'm still contemplating. But yeah, I like that. It really does look like the tail of the feather from the blue jay. This is what I was going for. Taking this design element or inspiration from this animal and then turning it into wearable fashion and clothes. But yeah, that's gonna be a wrap, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate all the love. Thank you for supporting. If you did find this enjoyable or informative in any way, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, because it's very, very, very beneficial, not just to me, but for YouTube and letting YouTube know this is something that you rock with. But I'm going to be signing out, buddy. Go ahead and say bye, Ace, since you want to be on camera so bad. This man always want to be the center of attention. What you got to say? But he be sounding like an old man making all these noises. Anyways, me and Ace are signing out. Peace. Oh, that's so awkward. I'm still on the. Okay.